you don't love yourself, how you going to love God? How am I going to love Marvin? How am I going to even love my wife? But people don't realize denial bring you in that area. So, as we go along talking about denial, it says to contract it, to gain, say, to declare a statement or a position not to be true. We deny what others say, or what we deny a proposition. We deny the truth of any circumstance, or any circumstance in self. The sense of this verb is often expressed by no or nay. To refuse, to grant. We ask for bread and the man denies us. You know, so like I say, it's different ways to be denied and deny. You know, it states that the man asked for bread and they denied it. You know, that's another form of denial. You know. So you could betray your brothers, your sisters, all type of ways for your own selfish reasons. But the one thing, you know, I'm so used to teaching Bible study, so I want to ask the question in Sunday school. But can you be forgiven for denying God? No. You can't. If you deny God, you deny everything He has done. You know? And God said, and everyone who speaks a word against the Son of Man will be forgiven. But anyone who blasphemes against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven. So that's letting you know, if you say something about Jesus, He'll still forgive you. But you say something about Him, that's blasphemy. Right. You know, because He know when He put Jesus on this earth, He put Him on earth manly. Mm-hmm. Just like we are human, not spiritually. Now, you know, after He died on the cross, He became spiritual. That's how He became and rose again and all that. Mm-hmm. But beforehand, He was in the natural like we are. But I know we always say, God say, He forgives you. But like I say, when people be talking about God deep, you just damn God. You know, sometimes you got to realize what you're saying before you say it. Your tongue is your worst enemy. Your tongue speaks what your mind thinking. Then you be like, I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did, because that's how it came out. At that time. So you got to learn to hold your tongue, and that'll help you stay out of denial so much. Because if you learn to control your tongue, you control your mind. If you control your mind, you'll be a stronger person. In the men's group, we were talking about some of the same similar stuff.
We got deep, though.
Yeah, we got real deep. But like I stated one time, you get weak-minded. And once you become weak-minded, you're in denial. That's what starts your mind to start to go weak. When you start denying yourself. If you're not denying yourself, you start denying others. But so how can you uplift Brother Marvin if you're in denial? Actually, he gonna hear your words, but they ain't gonna mean nothing. But if Marvin see Billy's making a change and coming up, or Pastor Wright making a change and change something about himself, he coming up and he's not living in stress and worryation and all that. It's hard not to do. But with the will of God, everything's possible. Everything's possible. That'll pull you out of your denial. So when you feel at your lowest moments, talking about I can't do something, or I need help, like I know when people have addictions, they go up there to the rehabs, get out the rehab, and go back to do the same thing. That's just like reoffenders. Go back in and out of jail. They're in denial. I ain't going back. Yeah, you're in denial, buddy, because you're going right back tomorrow, because you're doing the same thing you were doing they put you there the first time. When I went that first time, I ain't go back no more. I went in denial. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. One for me. I said, if I go back, it won't be for the same thing. Because every action have a punishment. A consequence. And some of them are good and some of them are bad. So I wasn't in denial. When I did go to prison, when I was in the court, I pleaded out to the mercy of the court. Because they caught me dead to the right. Dead to the right. Dead to the right. Dead to the wrong. I wasn't in denial. You asked for mercy, right? I asked for mercy. I asked God for mercy. That's who asked for mercy. And when the judge hit that gavel and hit that thing and said, I give you 60. That's it. Oh, Lord have mercy. I couldn't even count and know what was going on. He said 60 and he paused. I thought he was going to say 60 years. He said 60 months. And I'm trying to count up. The lawyer said, hey, that's 5 years. I said, Your Honor, where you want me to sign at? Yeah. I took no 5 years with it because I told him from the start. Like I said, I wasn't in denial. When I was in the courtroom, I told the judge, I said, hey, I'm pleading out to the mercy of the court. He said, I can give you life? I said, yes, sir. I said, but if it's not God's will, you won't give me life. I say, if you falsely judge me and give me more than what God feel I should have, I told him. If what God feel I should have, you'll have the answer to that. He said, let's take a small recess right after that. I put that on every time. I'm in the church. No, because he was a pretty decent judge. The judge I had before him now, he was something else. I would say the same thing. Because I know God got the last say so. Because I know this. When they caught me per se with 128 grams of cocaine. And God made a typo in my deposition. God made them put 0.28 grams, not 128.
That's 6 keys.
0.28 grams. Couldn't nobody God. And the people, I had the feds, I had DEA, ATF, CIA, all them was on my case. But I knew God had my back because he knew I wasn't in denial. I already asked him, hey, Lord, I know I did wrong. And this is how you get out of denial. You talk to the Lord. Lord, I know I'm doing wrong. Once you can own up to it, your denial period starts to end. I said, Lord, if you help me out of this here, I said, you don't have to worry about this no more. But I knew I was still going to have consequences. Like I say, consequences come behind every action. If it's good or bad, they coming. It's coming. And like Pastor Wright said, he could have to rebuke somebody. He might have to chastise somebody. Consequences come. And even on him, if he don't rebuke you and chastise you, he don't love you. But on top of that, if he do it and it's in the wrong manner, he got the answer to that. He got to go get on his knees and pray a little bit more. You know? Because sometimes, you know, people can say stuff to hurt people. And you don't realize it at the time. You know, he's the leader. We all look up to him. You know. But he's a strong leader. So that's why we all can call him and talk to him about problems. And that helps us stay out of denial. That helps us stay. It's like I said, it's hard not to be in denial about something. About something. It could be relationships. You could be in denial. Oh, this girl loves me. Y'all remember that? This girl loves me. In denial. Something happens, go the other way. And vice versa.
Still in denial.
Still in denial. Oh, she coming back. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Wake up and smell the coffee. You know, you got to reality. Reality. You know, we ain't know if Kevin in denial or not, because when we had our man meeting, he wouldn't say nothing. He said Regina might be watching.
What I got to do with y'all meeting?
It ain't nothing you got to do with it. We just picking on it.
We was just messing with him. Because he was the baby in the bunch.
You know. But like I tell people, you know, everybody got problems. Sometimes or another you will always be in some type of denial. Pray about it. Don't let the situation take you over. Take the situation over. Because as long as that denial get to you, and denial can get heavy, just like stress. And heavy, and heavier, and heavier. Then you'll have that monkey on your back, as we used to say. And y'all know, when you got that monkey on your back, it's hard to get rid of it. Hard to say, I don't care what you do. You lay down, turn flips, run into the wall. Go wreck your car, but that monkey's still there hanging on. So, it's like, you know, when people pass away, sometimes it's hard for people to let them go. You're in denial. Let them go. It's all right to talk about them sometimes, but not all the time. Because that means you're holding on. You're in denial that they're not going. You know, I talk about my little brother. I talk about my oldest brother. Memory is going to always be there. You'll never stop memories. Good memories or bad memories. But I let him go. My little brother passed away. It was hard for me to let him go. But, you know, like I said, when you're in denial, it can hurt. You have a nervous breakdown. That's when you have, you know, stressed out and then, you know, go into depression. You know, denial take a lot of people in depression. Lots of people. Denial is a hard way to go. But like I say, God can make a way for you. He will make a way for you. He opened that path for you and knocked that denial right out your path with the blink of an eye. But you got to be willing to work with God, because it might not happen overnight. God, I gave you this problem, and I'm still doing it, but you got a mindset. If you take one step, he'll take two. And he always states, and I tell my wife this all the time, he ain't gonna put no more than you can bear. But sometimes I say, God, you pushing it. I say, you pushing it. Hey, I get this gout like I got in my arm right now. I say, God, you pushing it. You know, I can tell my wife, I can bear pain. Don't get me wrong. But I can't bear new pain. I don't like nothing new to happen. Hey, like when my feet hurt, I know they always been hurt for a few years now. No problem. My wrist, no problem. But when my whole arm was hurting, I was about to cry. I said, hey, you ain't never took it this far. Get this off me. But I know also the devil trying to stop me from coming up here and speak this word. You know, I told my sister I'm feeling bad, like I said earlier, and I told her, hey, I'm going to church. She told me I go to the hospital. I said, no, I'm going to church. I said, nobody else don't show, I show. And I talk to myself. That's it. I said, if I had to have my teddy bear in my arm, I'd hold it in my arm. If I'm holding my arm like this here. But that's one thing I learned years ago about denial. You know, if you're in denial all the time, how you going to be a leader? If Sister Wright and Pastor Wright was in denial, you think this church going to grow? No. You think he'll go all the places he go? No. You think Marvin will have 20 cars in his yard? No. He'll be in denial. You think Billy be back here speaking after me? No. He'll be still doing his old thing. But he let that denial go. He gave it to God. You know? And I'm glad he did. Because I knew Billy a couple of times from back in the day, but I don't know him like I know him now. He's a good man. Good man. Good heart. But probably when he was out there in the world, you wouldn't see that. You know, when you no, I'm just saying in general.
When you say a word.
Even when I met Marvin, he was already in the church here. But I met him when he was young in the church. He was still young in the church. He was in denial.
I tell him, you don't talk to you.
But he came around. Then at our men meeting, he said he fell short. He was back in denial. He was falling short. And he prayed. I know he prayed. Not just us, he prayed for himself. You can always ask for prayer, but pray for yourself. I can pray for you and don't be sincere. But you can pray for yourself and be sincere, and God will answer you quick, and he will me. You know, so I'm glad to see him when he first walked back through these doors. You know? But many days, he know, like everybody know, hey, we had to tighten up on them prayers. But he hit him. But he fell short. He was in denial. Going to church, following Pastor Wright and everything, he was in denial when he fell short. But anybody can fall short. That's anybody.
You need some water, Marvin.
So, You know, me personally, a lot of my life I've been a leader. Even though I have other leaders above me, I'm still a leader. So denial really ain't affect me. So I had a lot of soft denial, not hard denial. But don't get me wrong, temptation was my worst enemy. That was my worst enemy.